Reputed female gang leader Toots nabbed in Montego Bay. The business community in Montego Bay, St. James, is expressing relief following the arrest of reputed female gang leader, also known as Toots, and 6 of her alleged associates. The 7 were apprehended under the St. James Police Division ongoing crime-fighting initiative Operation Endgame. The police believe that Toots and her syndicate were behind a sting of robberies across downtown Montego Bay. The group was intercepted on Sunday night during a targeted police operation at Doom Street, following 2 robberies in the township. The capture of Toots marks a significant blow to organized robbery operation in the parish and sends a clear message that law enforcement is determined to restore public safety, said Lenore Edwards, head of operations in the St. James Police Division. Edwards revealed that the Toyota Axio motor vehicle used in the crime was recovered, along with several rounds of ammunition, ski masks, and a number of cellular phones suspected to have been stolen. This was an intelligence-led strike, and it sends a strong message that no one, no matter how notorious, will escape justice, he warned. Since Operation Endgame was launched on October 1, the police have arrested more than 30 people for crimes such as robbery, larceny, sexual assault, drug trafficking, and breaches of public order. Toots and her associates are expected to face identification parade before being brought before the parish court to answer charges. Beyond the crime statistics, the psychological and economical impact of the arrest is being felt across Montego Bay, particularly in the downtown business district. J.C. Russell, president of the Montego Bay Chamber of Commerce and Industry, described the development as a lifting of the crime fog that has plagued Montego Bay for more than a decade. We've been feeling this lifting of the crime fog that hung over Montego Bay. For years, business owners live with fear, wondering if we'll be robbed or killed by the end of the day. Now we're starting to feel like we're taking back the society from the criminal elements, Russell told reporters. He added that the difference was already visible in the downtown busy district, which at one point lay bare. When you look at the downtown now, it looks a lot different than it did 5 or 10 years ago. Back then, downtown felt like a ghost town. Now customers are returning, businesses are opening their doors later, and you can see people enjoying the space again, Russell noted. He also praised the Jamaica Constabulary Force for restoring confidence in local communities by granting event permits in once violated areas such as flunkers. Principal of Rosemont Primary, grateful for support following death of 4-year-old student. Principal of Rosemont Primary and Infant School, Malka Sinclair Bailey, has expressed gratitude for the support the school community has been receiving since the tragic death of 4-year-old student of the institution on Sunday in a shooting incident in Commodore Linstead, St. Catherine. We want to thank all the stakeholders who would have come to our school to support us during this grieving time. We especially want to thank the Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF, the Ministry of Education, and all community personnel who are on site to see to it that our children are well adjusted. Our children are born to this morning. Some are crying, however, they are comforted by all our visitors. And we pray that as a community, we can rally together for the betterment of our children. Thank you so very much to all the persons who continue to pray for our school, who continue to support our school, and together make Jamaica a safer place for our children, Sinclair Bailey stated. She noted that the classmates of the 4-year-old who have been grieving have become much more focused through the continued support. Yes, specifically her classmates, they were crying, but they are much more focused now as they get the continued support. The senior students especially realize what has transpired, and they are being encouraged and supported at this time, she added. Reports are that armed men posed as police attacked a family yard on Sunday in Commodore community, leaving 9 people shot, 5 of them fatally, including a 4-year-old child. The incident reportedly unfolded at approximately 8:45 p.m. on Sunday, when several men, some wearing police-style vests, descended on the premises along Commodore Main Road. According to police reports, the attackers rushed into the yard and opened fire on the occupants. Reed's defense fight attempts to block witness names from media publication. The defense team in the multi-million-dollar fraud case involving former Education Minister Will Reid and his co-accusers strongly opposed a prosecution request barring the media from publishing the names of witnesses due to security concerns. Ahead of the court start of the trial, which had been delayed for 6 years due to various legal challenges, Prosecutor Steele asked Justice Leighton Morris to order members of the media not to publish the names of witnesses, citing security concerns. Morris was stepping in for the presiding judge, Von Facey, who was absent. However, defense attorney Hugh Wellman quickly objected. "I have a problem with that. This is not an in-camera trial. I don't know why the Crown is asking for this," he stated. When asked by the judge to punctuate her request with a basis, Steele explained that it was important to protect the identity of the witnesses, some of whom are very vulnerable. She further indicated that there were certain details she could not disclose. However, Wellman, supported by other defense lawyers, said the request was unacceptable. "It is not a gun court case. It is not a sexual offense case. This case is an open trial case where any member of the public can come and sit and hear any of the testimony of every witness. There is no basis under the Constitution, which is the highest law, which allows for this request to be met. It is against the Constitution of Jamaica. Justice is open justice," he stated. In response, Justice Morris acknowledged that Wellman was making a valid constitutional argument and noted that the legal applications must have a real, not imaginary basis. "And at this stage in the proceedings for the court accede of your request, it might cause an unintentional tilting of the matter of security level that the court really and truly ought not to have its hand in," he stated. The judge then asked the prosecutor to provide legal authorities to support such a request. Meanwhile, the defense indicated its intention to make extensive submission opposing an order for the indictment of the case. An indictment is a formal document detailing the charges an accused person will face on trial and is typically preferred by the Director of the Public Prosecutions (DPP). Steele, however, indicated that the Crown would proceed with its opening address and for the formal indictment, and depending on how long the preliminary arguments were planned to last, would call one witness in the afternoon. Reid, along with his wife and daughter, was arrested and charged in 2019. Also charged are Jamaica Labour Party councillor Kimbron Lawrence and former Caribbean Maritime University president Professor Fitzpinnock. After leaving court, Reid attempted to avoid being photographed and shouted "third term" while flashing the finger signal of the ruling Jamaica Labour Party. He also used his jacket to shield his face. Reid and his co-accused are implicated in an alleged scheme that reportedly stole over $50 million from a government-run program intended to support at-risk youth. They face a range of charges including breaches of the Corruption Prevention Act, conspiracy to defraud, misconduct in public office at common law, and violations of the Proceeds of Crime Act. Joining Steele from the Office of Director of Public Prosecution is Nikisha Youngstron. Attorney Sean Stedman is also prosecuting the matter on a plate. On the defense side, Will Reid is being represented by attorney Linda Wright and attorney Armstrong, while Shannon Clark appeared for his wife, Sharon. Carlin Chug is representing their daughter, Sherelle. Attorney Oswald Senior Simit is appearing for Kimbron Lawrence, while Hugh Wellman and Shimmer Bryan are representing Pinnock. Since the accused were arrested, both Pinnock and Reid have been through several legal challenges, including a failed attempt to squash a ruling of the Chief Parish Court Judge Chester Crooks that they have a case to answer. They had argued that Crooks could not have presided over the matter due to perceived conflict of interest, as he had once attended Monroe College while Will Reid was head boy. Although the judge later recused himself, the court found no evidence of bias. An appeal of the decision was subsequently thrown out by the Court of Appeal in March. To subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.